This episode of After Dark is brought to you by Shutterstock.com. For 25% off your new account, head on over to Shutterstock.com, and when you're ready to check out, use the offer code Gamebreaker1113.
Gamebreaker TV.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to After Dark, the live call-in show where you guys call in each and every week and make this show possible. I don't even know what we're talking about because, well, you guys make the show happen, and I don't talk to my producer like I should beforehand. Coming up, I don't even know, but we have the one, the only, the Mr. Magical, Mike Byrne.
Hello, Chefnet.
How's it going?
I've missed you this past week, Pookie. If I could give you a hug, I would.
Aw, that's so adorable. And I'm trying really hard to keep the conversation
Pretend you don't
going
notice
here,
things.
but it's really hard not to pretend like I'm not noticing what's going on because you guys know him. You guys also love him. I'm not 100% sure why. Mr. Zach Schultz. Okay. I don't really
can't
know.
do it.
Oh, you just did it. What do you mean you can't do it? You just did it.
Oh my god.
This happened. The internet let this happen.
Okay. Put yourself on the screen.
Can I just
You
go
take
home
the
now?
pro-
Is that it? Are we
Yes.
done? That's all? That's it?
There is
Thank
no
you.
point in continuing.
Show's over. Show's over. I don't even know why I even came in today.
See, I would be a good straight guy because I can get this off from the back.
Oh my God.
He says as he struggles with it and ties his hand up in it.
How's it going there?
I'm great.
Oh! All right, now it's PG-13. Now it's PG-13. Kiggles just took his shirt off. Well, while Kiggles gets his shirt back on, I guess we'll just take a caller to get this show started. So, caller, you are on a line you probably don't want to be on anymore, but this is Gamebreaker After Dark. Tell us your name, tell us where you're from, and tell us your question.
Damn it. Okay. Yeah, it's Sigmus from Canada. And before I ask my question, did you need a hug? Are you okay? Is everything okay?
Me or Kiggles?
No,
always could use a
Kiggles.
hug.
Maybe all you
Oh.
guys. Should I give you guys a group hug? Man,
I'm
hug.
perfect.
Mike Byrne just
You're-
said he'd hug
you
me a
guys
little
good?
bit ago.
Oh. Okay.
I
that's
can't hug Mike Byrne. He's too hot right now.
Ooh.
So hot it freaking burns.
Oh my God. Anyway,
Okay.
let's get this on track here. So you got a question for us, I hope. To,
Oh, yeah, I got a question.
To stray away from Miley Kiggles over there.
I think it'll cause some discussion. So with the current the Elder Scrolls beta weekend happened last week, I think. And I think a lot of our friends
Can't
you
talk
know,
about
got
that.
in.
I don't know what you're talking about. There was no beta weekend that happened. I mean, what?
It was all over Reddit, dude. Anyway, and this would be like a lot of mixed feelings about ASO. There seems to be a lot of disappointment from what I could tell from a lot of people on Reddit, my personal friends and everything like that. So do you think ASO should have even, existed? Do you think it would have been better if they would have made like a co-op mode in all the future Elder Scrolls games and Fallout games? And do you think that would have been better for them instead of an MMO that could, that's a lot more risky?
I mean, I've been saying this about Elder Scrolls since I got my hands on it at E3. It doesn't feel or play like the MMOs that we're used to. And it can't market itself as such. I don't think a lot of people who watch Gamebreaker and a lot of people who watch this show will find that Elder Scrolls is the type of game they were expecting it to be or looking for. And a lot of people are looking forward to that. Now, I'm not saying that my tastes and interests are the exact same as everyone out there, my just understanding of when I got to play the game at E3, it didn't play like the traditional MMOs that I think a lot of people who like this network enjoy. And I think that's going to be a problem. Now, what do you guys think about not, the caller mentioned the idea of not making Elder Scrolls at all, instead focusing on creating a co-op mode. Would that have been a better solution here?
I think there's actually a pretty big piece of merit to that decision. And Mike, I'm having a hard time hearing you. If you could just give me a little more volume, I guess. This is a situation where ZeniMax / Bethesda is going to try to please everybody and isn't going to be able to, because you just can't do that. Now, they've already publicly said that they view this more as a multiplayer than an MMO. So they're kind of already treading that line where it's Skyrim that your friends could jump into, not necessarily an Elder Scrolls MMO, as you know the term MMO. And you already alluded to, it doesn't play like a traditional MMO when you touched it at E3. To me, I almost wonder if it should ever have been billed that way then. If it maybe should have been billed as Elder Scrolls 6 with multiplayer. There's certainly a merit to that, and I think it would have been a lot less dangerous than the road they're traveling on now, because it's setting somebody up for disappointment. Either the Elder Scrolls fans think it's too MMO and they don't want any part of it, or the MMO fans think it's too single-player or multiplayer Elder Scrolls and they don't want a part of it. So I tend to agree with the caller that maybe, depending on how they execute it, when I get my hands on it, it could totally change my opinion. But for right now, I almost wish I would have seen Elder Scrolls 6 with some multiplayer. Again, I have not touched it, so who knows? That could change.
Isn't that just a problem Isn't that just a problem in marketing, though, and not the actual game? I mean, you're calling it an MMO, but don't MMOs incorporate such a... I mean, I know everyone thinks of an MMO as this specific rigid genre, but it's really not. I mean, it's really just an online game that many people play together. And I don't see the... I mean, that's... If people are having expectations about it, then that's their problem. As long as it's done well, why should it matter?
But I think the problem is for the audience that it's capturing right now. Our audience who love World of Warcraft and Star Wars: The Old Republic and Guild Wars, etc., for the people that they feel like it's speaking to them, they don't feel like it's a good game. So they feel like it's speaking to the wrong crowd. And again, this isn't everyone. This is, I think, just kind of where the caller was going is the problem is it's coming across as an MMO. And we as MMO fans get excited about it. And then when we play it and it's not what we expected, yes, it's our own fault, but it's kind of also their fault for not necessarily, distinguish. Look at EverQuest Next and EverQuest Landmark, how much trouble they're going to distinguish the difference between the two games, so there isn't this problem that people are kind of running into with Elder Scrolls. Some responsibility does have to fall onto the developer.
I would agree with that. I mean, but I don't know. If it's done well and people enjoy it, then this is all going to be in the past. So
we'll have to see. I'm holding my judgments based on the time that I've got to play. It's not resonating deep with me. And I only got to play it for a very limited time at E3. So I don't want to come out of the gun and make assumptions about it because I have not got to experience. Because again, the other thing, there are two major things that make a game what it is. I'll go back. Crap. I mean, everybody makes fun of me. I'll go back and play Tibia with people. If there's people to play with and there's engaging content.
Shit, man, 5 minutes into the show.
Why does it always come back to Tibia? I mean,
it doesn't. It doesn't always come back to Tibia.
I'm so thankful that I never played that.
What I'm getting at though is I'll go back.
Shit game.
I'll go back and play a horribly developed game for this day and era if I've got the people to play it with. And that is going to be big. So I think if you, gosh, I don't know. It's tough. Here's the other thing that's tough for me to say. I've been open and honest about the fact that I'm not a huge Elder Scrolls fan. So I cannot speak to the fact of if this game is even targeting the Skyrim and the Morrowind and the Oblivion players properly. Because I didn't like those games. Maybe it is because I didn't really like those games, and I didn't like Elder Scrolls. So maybe they're in the same vein. I don't know if they're speaking to the same crowd. Nothing. Who knows? I guess we'll see. We'll just open up the lines and take another call. Caller, you're on the line with Gamebreaker After Dark. Tell us your name, tell us where you're from, and tell us your question.
Hey guys, it's Zista.
No.
Oh my god! Come on, man!
Do we have to? Do I have to go to him?
Yeah, even I don't do that to Zista twice. Come on, man.
Well, I do. I still
He's
got a
been
bone to
Cold
pick.
dude. You are a cold dude, man.
I
He's
know.
a League player. It steals your soul after a while.
It's true.
If he
it
played
does.
Tibia, we'd be friends.
Zista, what do you got for us?
Giggles, what the hell was that? Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball? Really?
Yeah, you were my inspiration, honey.
Oh gosh.
Oh jeez. Mike, you said you liked playing terrible games. You wanna play some Train Simulator later?
Yeah, we gonna do a 24-hour live stream?
Nope. Speaking of which, Burn, we got to figure out what's going on for our contest.
Yes, we do. We do. So here's what we're looking for. Maybe chat and viewers can help us out. We're looking for a game that not necessarily either one of us plays on any given basis, but could be competitive. A single-player game, who can make it the furthest, or something that Zist and I can compete against. We want a neutral playing ground. He'll kick my ass at Hearthstone. I'll beat him at other games. I don't know which ones. So we want a fair game.
I just want to say, Zista likes to play that uneven playing field game.
Right.
He's like, hey, let's have a competition. Come fight me in a game that I've played a crap ton of, and I've got a lot of gear, a lot of cards, a lot of experience.
I remember you're the one that tried to gank me first.
We'll make a bet of it. If I win, I'll do something humiliating. If you win, then wait, I got that backwards.
Well, see, we already have the terms. The loser will have to do a 24-hour live stream either on Zista's channel or Gamebreaker Nation's channel, depending on who loses. And they have to 24-hour live stream the game of the winner's choice. So we already have the terms. We just need to figure out the contest. So
Mrs.
help us out.
Pac-Man.
You're a Mrs. Pac-Man. Nice bra.
Thanks.
Yes, we do need to figure that out. But my question for you guys this week is: did you guys see what was going on with Xbox? You got people were being banned for their Xbox Live accounts for talking, for swearing and stuff over Skype and their video capture software and whatnot. How can they ban you from Xbox Live? That's like playing the entire game, like the internet, everything. You can't do anything on your Xbox with it.
You want to know how? The EULA nobody fucking read. That says if you're going to use any of these things on our system, you are subject to our rules. It's that simple.
Weren't they monitoring like the private Skype calls and stuff too? Like that's a little ridiculous.
It doesn't matter, and that one hasn't been fully verified. So let's put it out that's alleged right now. The Skype stuff and the third-party application stuff, that's still allegedly banning. But even if it is, you are agreeing to their terms of service to utilize things on their system.
But what do you guys think of games like Battlefield or Call of Duty, where the games within themselves have swearing in them? Like, how can that happen, but then you can't swear during a discussion or something while you're playing the game? Like that's a little double standards to me.
I'm unaware of people who have gotten their accounts banned in this situation. I'm trying to read up on an article on it right now, but I would feel the article that I already pulled up here. It says videos with excessive profanity. Now, granted, that's to the eye of the beholder. That's obviously up to Xbox's discretion, but I'm sure they're not gonna. I'm sure they're not gonna suddenly ban my account because I'm on live and I'm just like, fuck, I died. Like, they're not gonna do that. But if I'm like sitting there and being like, fuck you,
It would have been so amazing if the Twitch channel died right then, right? That would have been amazing.
Tell me how you really feel, Mike.
I mean, that's the thing. Honestly, I think that I feel, or I hope that they're using a little bit more discrepancy on distinguishing what is excessive, not just like having some sort of voice activated command that shuts your account down. And personally, like I said, I didn't know this was happening. I like the idea of this. This puts a little bit more control back on toning down people on the internet, which I don't know if you've played Call of Duty lately, and I haven't either. But back when I was,
and in totally unrelated news, Call of Duty sales down 74%.
Like, I hate PlayStation because it doesn't, I hate PlayStation's online service because it doesn't allow me like an all-encompassing feature to turn off everyone but people on my friends list or people I'm in a party with. And when I'm on Xbox, I do that so that I don't have to listen to literally anyone else because I just don't want to deal with all the bullshit that comes with it and some 12-year-old swearing at me because I decided to run in and do something stupid. I know I did something stupid.
I got an idea. Be better at the game. Be better at the game, Shaftnet. That's all it takes.
Come on.
I don't need a 12-year-old swearing like profusely at me. I know I messed up. I got shot in the head.
Stop playing Aatrox so much. You can't. You're not gonna make it happen. Fetch is not gonna happen, honey.
You play Aatrox in Call of Duty?
I do.
By the way, the 12-year-old swearing is to me the funniest part because they don't have the force behind it. It's like, fuck you, you fucking motherfucking piece of fuck. It's
so
the
they're
most
basically
hilarious
you,
thing.
Kiggles.
No, because when I swear, I mean it. Okay, bitch? Shut your fucking mouth.
Damn.
Yeah.
Told me. I'm getting it from every angle here tonight.
I don't think
Vista 2013! Bing!
I'm so jealous of you! Oh.
I just gotta say, I mean, I don't think that there's first off, as Burn said, there's nothing wrong here. Did you not see the Human Centipede South Park episode? Perfect example of what companies can do to you if you don't read their license agreement. All of us are just too lazy to read the updates that come out and sit and read the fine print of what they say, and it allows them to do whatever they want. It's their service. They provide it. If they don't want excessive swearing on their Xbox Live service and they're going to start banning people because of it, you best recognize and start. Now, all right, here's the thing. They banned, so I'm assuming it's a ban. Just real quick before we try and switch colors, I'm assuming the ban is like a month ban or a 3-day ban. It's not a deletion, it's a ban.
Not a total deletion.
Correct.
So I think that I think the thing
That's
here
very
is,
punny.
I think the thing here is that it's really kind of important that this is something new that they're trying to imply to us here, and they've got to give us a chance. It's okay to an extent to hand out bans to say, you know what, you didn't read the EULA, you're banned for 3 days, X amount of time, that's what you get. But as long, and the thing is slaps on the wrist like that will make people start to learn that you can't just be as shitty as you are in the YouTube comments. Like, put profanity filters on. Even YouTube's doing it. YouTube's allowing you to go into their system and say, these words automatically don't post comments that have these words on them, or don't post comments from this person. YouTube's allowing profanity filters. Thank God the internet is finally starting to catch on and allow us to regulate just the worst of the worst people. I'm sorry. I don't need someone on my team who's literally just sitting there swearing up and down, left and right.
Mike Shaftnet's a commie.
Can we just? I'm gonna play devil's advocate here, but no one ever reads those advocate. Whatever. Leave me alone. Go be angry. Go be angry at someone else, Mike Shaftnet. God damn it. Anyway, who actually reads those entire things? Okay.
No one.
The answer is very few people, if any. So
that doesn't give them the right to not enforce it.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that no one reads them. And I understand there's a level of taste and decorum. And I swear for comedic effect and sometimes because I have a really foul mouth. But I honestly try not to do it maliciously. And I understand, I don't know. I just feel like no one reads those things. And they need to make them... Either they need to make it to where you have to read them. That fucking scrolling down bullshit until you get to the end so you can hit accept does not do it, honey. That is, you just scroll down real fast and accept. That's all you do, okay?
Vern, did you have any final thoughts on this?
Hey, PS4 allows you to stream porn, so that's cool.
Yeah, I want to go see that video where the guy streamed his girlfriend's nipples, her tits. Oh my God, the Twitch! Did you hear about that?
He ended up taking not only did he I think he like lifted her shirt, but then he brought the stream down, and then 15 minutes later came back and he like had undressed her.
Yep.
But
I would
then
beat
that was
the
a whole
piss out of that guy if I was her.
Coming soon. Coming soon to PS4. The X-Tube for PS4.
That was on Twitch, though. I mean, that falls in lines, and Twitch took the appropriate actions and went in and banned.
I will say this, though. I don't know if it was the dude's internet connection or just his wife or him or the living room. I don't know. The resolution sucked. So if that's the PlayStation 4 camera, we're in serious trouble. I mean, I want to see.
I'm glad you sat there and analyzed it pixel by pixel. In the
I
name
couldn't even
of,
see your areolas. It sucked.
Yeah, I was like, dude, this is the worst homegrown porn I have ever seen. I hope it's the PlayStation 4 camera.
Oh my God. All right, let's move on. Let's just get this show back on track before it even gets out of control. Call your line with Gamebreaker After Dark. Tell us your name, tell us where you're from, and tell us your question.
Hello, I'm Chicken Eater from Denmark. I called in last week.
How's it going?
Not too bad. Having a great amount of laugh watching the show. Anyway.
Wonderful.
My question is about Cube World and Trove. I was thinking now that Trove, or how you pronounce it, is coming out with its trailer and say it's soon going alpha. Do you think that we will see a renewal of Cube World now they got some competition, or is that maybe a chance they break down now?
Now the game I think you're referring to is the one that Tryon is releasing, correct?
Trove, yeah.
Yeah, that's correct.
So, I think it was obvious that Tryon was definitely voxels all the rage 2014, clearly.
I got voxels coming at me from all angles. Zista 2013.
He has
Don't
ESPN.
go there, Giggles. Don't go there.
He's got ESPN.
So, okay, we've seen this style pop up recently. I feel like it's
from all angles.
Popped up. Funny wording there, Shaftnet.
Have you been analyzing your penis today?
I gotta trust me. Yeah, I closed the window. I walked into the weirdest thing when I came into the studio. The webpage that Gary had open. I don't even want to know the joke that's going on behind the scenes there. But
that was used at least half a dozen times in XIV Reborn today.
Gary is trying real hard to make it a thing. Oh no! What's it called? Oh, the electric eel. It's desperate.
I don't even know what to think.
I love that mine is the creepy peckish dagger. Shaft, yours has a really weird curve.
Shaft,
and it's like
Shafted has to lean to the left so he doesn't piss in his own face.
That is the definition. That is the definition of a chode. Okay, it is wider than it is long.
So I don't know what Gary Gannon's doing scientifically behind the scenes here at Gamebreaker. When you walk in and that's on the screen, something's going wrong. All right, Trove and Cube World. So we're seeing these kind of games kind of pop up and appear now. Does Trove? I haven't honestly kept up with Trove. Burn, have you at all? Do you know kind of what Trove's market is? Is it really kind of going?
I'm waiting
Minecraft
for
meets
Tryon
Cubo.
to send me that damn invite. They said they were going out this week or a week or so, and still waiting. Hint, hint, hint. As if they watch this fucking show. Yeah. So, do I think the two are competition? Not really. Yes, there's obvious similarities, but Tryon is going for a little bit of a different market here, where Cube World is kind of catering to the explorer, the creator, the builder. Tryon has aspects of that, but is more focusing on the adventure, the exploration, the role play, the MMO aspect of it. Yes, there is creational things, of course, but the game is catered towards objectives and go explore and do things, where Cube World's a little more on the let's build things and we happen to level up in the process by killing things. I think there's two slightly different markets there. Yeah, there's going to be a ton of overlap, and Tryon obviously has a lot more money than a husband and wife team doing their thing with Cube World. But I don't think, to answer the question's caller, I don't think this is going to cause the death of Cube World. No, I think Cube World will still be around. It caters to a different group.
And
Is
I'm
it
looking
ever
at.
going to go? Sorry, go ahead. Go for it.
I was just saying, I'm looking at. I don't want to play it because obviously YouTube copyright issues. But I'm looking at the video here.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Tryon. Oh, really? I didn't even know. That Tryon released for Trove, and it's one of those. It looks so similar. Like, I think Minecraft had its own visual style, and then Cube World came along, and people were like, "Oh, it's kind of like Minecraft. It kind of looks the same." But like Trove legit looks like Cube World. Like almost
totally.
like if you didn't tell me it was a different game, I wouldn't believe you. I would think.
Did I say answer the questions, caller? Yeah, the caller's question.
Answer the questions, caller.
I have no idea. Apparently I did. Let me just have another drink.
I mean, it was. I'm gonna pause it here just on one still here. It was just this alone really made me feel like it was Cube World. But I don't know. So you think that it's going to be much more of a socially kind of MMO experience where it's more about the gameplay and the exploration, not necessarily because I don't.
And in their live stream, they showed that. Yes, yeah, they had during their hour-and-a-half long live stream when Trove, like the day it was announced, there was a half-hour chunk in the middle. We posted it on the Gamebreaker piece, so you can check out just the Trove piece, where they talked more about what the game is. And I'm not surprised that Tryon picked this up either. I mean, Scott just went back to Tryon, and he'd been quoted before saying things like Cube World and small independent, development teams, that's where it's going. So obviously they were already looking at that. So it's not surprising at all, but they're taking it in more of that exploration, leveling, abilities thing, rather than what Cube World is doing. And yes, Cube World's going to continue development. We got tweets from the husband-wife team behind that saying, yes, we're still working on it. We're still developing new things on it. But they cater to two different audiences. There's obviously an overlap. There's room for both in my book. I bought Cube World. I will certainly be jumping into Trove, just not for a $2,500 Founders Pack.
What? $2,500?
That's they have like 6 or 7 Founders Packs ranging from.
Do you get a blowjob with that?
To $2,500.
That is a ridiculous amount for a Founders
That's
Pack. Holy
what
crap.
I mean.
For $2,500, you're getting all the shenanigan stuff too, but you're also getting to create with the dev team a biome of your own where you're deciding the monsters and stuff like that too. Believe me, if I had $25 to throw around, I would do it because it'd be pretty cool just to hang out with some Tryon devs on Skype or however they're doing it in person. I don't know, and create things like a biome. That'd be pretty awesome. But unfortunately, I don't have $2,500 that the wife's going to be happy with me spending for that. I already spent $100 on the EverQuest Next Landmark Founders Pack.
Uh-oh.
Trouble in paradise for Mike Byrne. How dare you, Mike? All right, let's move on. But
no,
we do,
she brought a puppy home, so I was like, "Oh, you brought a dog in this house? We're gonna fight about it." By the way, I spent $100 on a free-to-play game. But this puppy, we're gonna talk about this.
That puppy is an ongoing responsibility that's going to keep sucking money, not like these free-to-play games where the whole entire design is to get you to play for free and then pay a lot more money than you would for a monthly sub. But damn it, that dog is a problem. All right, let's move on.
Oh my god, I got shit everywhere in my backyard. Oh, you better clean that shit up before I put it in your bed.
That went dark. That went dark really fast. All right, let's go ahead and move on, get another caller on here. But before I do, I want to tell you guys about a sponsor that helps us here at Gamebreaker, helps deliver shows to you. And by supporting them, you help support us here. So if you guys have not tried checking out Shutterstock, I highly recommend it as a service to anyone who's involved in the creative industry. It's such a great tool. When you have, my skill sets specifically are a lot to do with camera and video editing and motion graphics, but what I'm not good at is creating assets from scratch. And that's where the gap in my skill sets really gets filled by a service like Shutterstock. Shutterstock is basically has over 20 million high quality stock photos, illustrations, vectors, video clips, images, just stuff that you can use. And even right here, I just typed in the word texture. If anybody out there has been trying to make maybe a YouTube layout or a really cool custom thumbnail, or you're just trying to bring a little bit more life to some images, you'd be surprised how strong a texture can really just bring some gritty realism to whatever it is that you're creating. So they've got just hundreds, whether you're looking for wood textures or cloth textures. I think even this texture right here, I originally used in Waypoint. It used to be the television background for World of Warcraft Waypoint until eventually I just stopped showing the empty plate to begin with. But parchment like this is not something that I can make on my own and make it look real and good enough. And that's why I went to Shutterstock for it. They've got tons of other textures to use, you know, metal plates and kind of a little bit more of just a metal sheen background, as well as maybe you're looking for a little bit more rusty shapes. And I can just tell you, I promise, as someone who uses elements like this all the time with After Effects and Photoshop to create custom thumbnails and different images, a service like this, like Shutterstock, is so hard to come by, and it's such a great tool to have in my content creator Swiss Army knife. So if you guys have not checked out Shutterstock, or maybe you're trying to create some stuff and you're just kind of at a lack of skill sets for how to move forward, go check out Shutterstock, see if it can help fill the gap. And if you use the offer code Gamebreaker1113, you can get 25% off your new account. So head on over, check out Shutterstock, and like I said, helping support Shutterstock helps support us here at Gamebreaker, keeps letting us make content and do the things that we do. So go check them out. We really appreciate it. All right, let's move on and take another caller. Caller, you're on the line with Gamebreaker After Dark. Tell us your name, tell us where you're from, and tell us your question.
Hey, this is Patricles from Denver, and I had a two-part question here, or
we
more
only,
of a
we only do one
comment.
parters here. Otherwise, you get nope. Then I cut you off. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm kidding. What's your what's your two questions?
All right. Talking about gamer rate and looking at the outcomes of scenarios that, you know, is pretty much a show thing that we do pretty much all the time on the show. But I was that when you play with something long enough and you build a rotation and you find that that works, you really stop experimenting and then you rely on that to succeed. And then that builds, mic burn, and then that builds your ego up, you know, like you feel really powerful when every single time you hit these three buttons and you beat the guy down. But then once it goes bad, you start blaming the game, you start blaming lag, you start blaming a cheater, you start blaming, oh, that class is OP. And instead, to build your gamer ego and your skill level at the same time, you take those losses and maybe being in the derp DPS or the derp healer on the DPS meter as critical info that you can use to experiment and break out of your routine to become reactive in situations and then eventually you get to a point where you are playing proactively, and then winning and losing, you are always progressing and learning by looking at the outcome to better your ego and your play style. And squirrel. So was I talking, or were you guys talking?
No, Burn.
yeah.
Burn. I think was snickering over. Probably snickering over my. You mentioned cheap combos and then blaming the game when things go wrong. I feel like Burn was maybe laughing about Primal Rage, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's a couple things that come to mind here, Shaftnet. A couple thoughts. And Patricules. I believe that you said that was your name, right? Patricules.
Oh yeah.
Patricules brings up some good points here. Like, yeah, you shouldn't be cheap and be Shaftnet. You shouldn't blame your Naga mouse when things go wrong.
I didn't blame my Naga mouse. I blamed the monitor. I bashed it to death.
That was Burn.
Okay.
That was me.
That was yeah. That's confirmed. It was a Burn.
But I find it interesting that some random caller calls up to give advice on 3-button rotations when he sucks as a tank.
Damn!
Quite honestly, I don't think I'm going to be taking DPS advice from a man who's easily distracted in a farmable instance. Pat, I love you. Big kudos to you and my GBN friends. I love hanging out with you, and I'll be doing it after the show, but you're a pretty shitty tank.
That's you know what?
Wow.
In his defense, farmable content gets real old real fast, especially as someone who's a tank or a healer. And you really, at this point, the first 10 bosses of Siege of Orgrimmar are tedious for me. I mean, yes, there's some upgrades for me, but
yay! Everything's a fucking WoW question.
Whoa, Burn. Maybe you need to go get one of your wife's tampons, okay? Chill. Oh my god.
Joking aside, though, Pat is a very good tank. We have a lot of fun in the Gamebreaker Nation mumble, so if you're playing Final Fantasy or not, just get in the damn GBN and hang out. Pat's very good at what he does. He's one of the officers for Final Fantasy, and he's a good tank, but I like to bust his balls.
So here's the one thing. Here's the one thing that I want to say real quick, and then we'll throw it back and get the actual question, because I don't know if we've got even the first question.
No, there wasn't a question.
I want to say that I think that what you said is exactly what needs to be. And I was especially even on this show, I was a huge advocate that I didn't think that Proving Grounds in World of Warcraft were good. I was just like, I think that I got really upset because I couldn't clear it for Feral Druids. And I was like, no, screw this, like, blah, blah, blah. And then I kind of overcame it. I found a way to solve it. Kind of like you said, I was set on my 3 buttons. It was a lot more than that, but I was set on my rotation. I was set on the system. And when it didn't work the way that I had told myself, I was like, no, the game's broken. It's the game's fault. Screw this. It's impossible. But it wasn't until that I sat back and I reevaluated and I thought about and problem solved and came up with a new rotation that I was able to clear it with actually relative ease. And that being said, I've found that in raiding environments, when, like, for just last example, on last Friday, I was in Siege of Orgrimmar doing
getting
Garrosh.
trolled hard.
No,
Getting trolled
I was
real hard.
I was I found I was applying these things that I had learned. I'll still stand up and say Feral Druids aren't a AoE class that or aren't supposed to multi-dot. But I found that I was able to raise my DPS number by about 20,000 just by taking what I had learned in Proving Grounds and applying it to the raid encounter. And much to like you said, it wouldn't have been for the situation that had been presented in me, and I had found a way to reevaluate my class instead of just sitting there getting mad at the game, getting upset with the game, blaming my mouse, etc., etc. And I gotta say, I think that's partially due to what I think that Blizzard found a great feature to implement with the Proving Grounds. And it's just, hopefully more games will be able to provide systems like that going forward. So what was your question here? Let's get to your question, though.
Okay. All right. So I finally got my turn on the Duty Finder, and it ended up being a speed run.
Duty!
And I ran out of TP, and this bard absolutely refused to pay on me. So the group had to wipe. Feelings, suggestions?
If only I knew this question. No, but But then Kiggles, they were out of TP and they had to wipe. So what do they do?
Oh my god.
Burn, you know the XIV scene better than anyone. What does one do when they're doing a duty and they're out of TP?
Well, to me, it sounds like, Pat, you had a shitty party. I'm gonna let that sink in for a second. Yeah, that's all I got.
Just a shitty party. You gotta really strive to get some fiber in that diet so that it comes out clean.
Activia!
I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Seriously. So we talk about rage all the time, and I burn Shaftnit for it constantly because he deserves it. But you can rage. Rage is fine. Showing emotion is okay. The thing is, after the rage subsides, you need to learn what the fuck just happened. And then you need to analyze it, and you need to get better from it. You can show rage, that's fine. I get it. It's an initial rage. You're raging. You have this emotion, and it's better out than in, and I don't take it seriously, but you need to always be learning. Always. I'm trying to get the ABC in here, but it's not working, Burn.
Always be conscious.
Riot is league. League is riot. Oh my god.
Snatch the Naga mouse from my hand, grasshopper. Oh, only then will you be able to take your druid
Confucius
and gain
say.
20k DPS.
Confucius say, no blame of the mouse.
Let's go ahead and open up the lines and get to another caller. And
it's better out than in.
Moving. Caller, you're on the line with Gamebreaker After Dark. Tell us your name, tell us where you're from, and tell us your question.
Hey, it's Kara, and oh my god, you guys are just special. Seriously.
Yes, that's really
Well,
the only
special
word.
is one word.
Correct.
Yeah. So, Burn,
Yes.
penis analyzer, huh? Where's the proof of this?
Well, I don't have a PS4, so there will not be any nudity on this stream today.
No stream available on After Dark.
No, there's not a. Do you have a large stream, or is it just a weak stream?
Oh my
And
god!
Do we need?
And I'll be honest, I don't
Yes, I'm
I don't
out.
want to brag or anything, but this is a webcam that I'm currently using, and it doesn't have a wide-angle lens, so...
So, Kara, what do you got for us? What's your question?
That
Was
was
that it?
pretty much just a stereo mic.
I don't wear pants while doing the show, though, so
Yeah,
that
well,
is...
where's the proof? Come on.
Oh, that I can prove that.
Wow,
Ow!
that's all right.
Whoa.
Oh, that didn't work. I failed.
My penis analyzer just got a whole lot bigger.
All right. Let's in the meantime, let's throw it over here to a Twitter question while we get another
True
caller
story,
on.
that was not my leg, so...
Decepticon fan asks, do you think video game music is more celebrated and appreciated now because of OC Remix, YouTube, I'm assuming that's YouTube, and Video Game Live? What do you guys think? We have these concerts now that come out. I know Zelda has a symphony that tours, and I think even Final Fantasy has one.
Yep.
Do you think that video
Black
game
Mages.
music gets appreciated a little bit more because of these concert hall kind of style symphonies?
I don't think more. I think there's always been the groups that celebrated the music. Like, I've always been into the Square Enix music, any of the games, not just Final Fantasy, and followed that since NES all the way to current. And then there's the group that follows the Mario Brothers, the Zeldas, those types of things. There's always been celebrated games, celebrated compositions, celebrated composers, people like Nobuo Uematsu, that already have that following. I think what YouTube and the internet and OC Remix and everybody getting creative with all the music, I think all that brings to the equation is more people to an already pretty big audience. I mean, these were playing in concert halls long before OC Remix was doing its thing. So I think it just adds to the audience. I don't think it makes the items themselves more prevalent. It just helps expose it to more people.
I think
What about-
the key word here is it legitimizes it more. Then maybe people were like, oh, it's just video game music. But it's seriously amazing music. And hearing it heard in symphonies and them playing it like bands used to, the band at my grade school and my high school, when they used to have the band concerts, they used to play game music all the time, and you would hear that all the time with that stuff. And I think it legitimizes it more than people can, just say, oh, it's just video game music, it's not real music. But it is real music, and it's real good music is what it is.
What
Yeah, I
about
mean,
the
just
people-
within reach of me right now, I've got, what do I got? I got the Guild Wars 2 soundtrack, the 4-disc signed thingy there. What's this? This is before Meteor, the Final Fantasy XIV soundtrack. I mean, there's people like me that are already into this. The YouTube stuff, just more of me. That's all. It was already celebrated, I think. Prevalent,
What about-
I think, is the word.
And I think that there's other, it goes even beyond symphonies, as you guys were kind of talking about with YouTube and video game remixes. There's a artist that I like a lot for their Mega Man remix, Dwayne and Brando, as well as I think there's even some artists out there that really take their own level of creativity. I don't know if you guys are aware of who the Proto Men are, but they're people who took the Mega Man story and then literally created their own kind of alternate fiction that kind of follows the same storyline, but made, I think, 2 full-length albums. They're working on their 3rd, and it's great music. It's a rock album. It's not even they're not even using the video game music, but it's inspiring more creativity out there, and I think that's helping the genre as a whole.
Groups like the Neskimos, there's a throwback for you.
That was
And
too
there's
far
something to be
back.
said
I
about-
can't reach
Too
that
far back for you? Oh, you
far
don't know the Neskimos? Oh, come
Burns out.
And there's
Alright.
something to be said. There's something to be said about a good soundtrack. Like, it sets the mood for a game amazingly well. And if there's one thing that I can pick out the most in a game, it's not the gameplay, because even though I criticize everything, I'm a really easy judger when I play things. If it's enjoyable, I'll enjoy it. Unless there's seriously critical flaws and I notice them, because I'm not one of those. But the music is something that I notice all the time. If it is shitty music and it does not convey the mood or the feeling of what the specific level or dungeon or whatever it is, if it doesn't go along with it, I am not put in that mood. I am not put in that mood. It doesn't get me in the mood, Shaftman. But
how decent of you, Kiggles. If it's enjoyable, I'll enjoy it.
I know, right?
That's a
There's
Kiggles answer.
There's another Kiggles. League is riot. Riot is league. If it's
All right, let's go
enjoyable,
ahead.
I'll enjoy it.
Let's go ahead and open up the lines and get some of these last final callers in here before we got to close the show here. So, caller on the line with Gamebreaker After Dark. Tell us your name, tell us where you're from, and tell us your question.
Good morning, people. I'm incognito from chat, and I have 2 questions. One small one for Kiggles, and one for everyone.
Throw you one to Kiggles first.
I don't take small anythings.
Wow.
Well, I can give you a big one.
Yeah!
That's going to be private.
Wow. Even the callers are getting in on this now.
Yeah.
What do you got
Yeah.
for him?
Everyone knows, this one's for Kiggle. Everyone knows that on Gamebreaker, you don't really stream with pants. Michael Byrne kind of tried that. When you did the Miles Cyrus, did you wear any pants?
Wait, what?
When you did Miley Cyrus, did you wear any pants?
Oh,
Yes, I'm always wearing. Oh, that's my phone. I'm always wearing pants.
I thought for a second maybe you had like an anklet that you kept your phone around, and that's how you walked.
Yeah,
around,
that's why
with, like,
I
your
don't leave
phone
my
attached
house.
to
It's
your
actually
ankle.
because I'm on home. I'm on home house arrest. No, I'm not. No, yeah, it's cold in Chicago. We have,
Ugh,
you know,
don't even remind me.
unlike LA, we have seasons here, you know, and we don't get all
that's why I
fucking crazy
That's why I
when
left.
1/4 of an inch of rain and they think it's the apocalypse.
That is
Oh
awful.
my god.
That is awful from someone who grew up in Chicago or Chicago area and then comes to an area like this where it's an inch of rain and everybody shuts down like it's the apocalypse. I'm the one who's sitting in my car raging. Like, why can you not drive? It is just rain. Try driving in 6 feet of snow with 10 inches of ice on the ground. That'll teach you how to drive. All right. Anyway, what's your question for all of us?
The main question is, I'm pretty sure you know so many gaming stereotypes about people playing the game. Which one of them is your favorite one, and which one of them is almost crossing the line?
My favorite, it's like the first one that pops in my mind when you say gaming stereotypes is the South Park gaming stereotype of the MMO player. Like all gamers are awkward and fat and live in their mom's basements and like that one. And it's kind of all encompassing. It's not my favorite, but it's the first one that pops in my mind. So this is just the one I'm going to go with. But to me, and again, it almost crosses the line. Not all of us are like that anymore. And I get like to the masses, they don't understand that anymore. But like, there are just people who love video games as much as we do are just normal people. They don't have to fit into this awkward nerd geek Revenge of the Nerds style stereotype that we always have been. So that's mine. Vern?
My favorite one, because I just think it's ironic, is that when you talk to somebody that's not a gamer, they get that assumption that gamers are the dorky, nerdy, science-y, like the smart guys that are also socially awkward, so they game. There's stupid gamers. Really freaking stupid gamers. They're not all nerdy and smart. There's really stupid ones out there. So I think that one's funny. I'm very, very sick of the whole female stereotype where it's kind of two-pronged. It's first off, oh my god, there's a girl gamer, and then second off, it's, oh, she's a fake gamer. I hate all that shit. If you guys haven't figured this out by now, estimates right now put female gaming almost or even bigger than male gaming in some circles. So the peni will be outnumbered here very shortly. If it isn't already, please get over it. Please get over it. That one annoys me to no end.
Kickles, what about you?
The one that gamers are all loners and we don't make any friends. Because
we're kind of all talking about the same thing, but it's one of those things. Isn't it weird? Gaming actually helps counteract the stereotypes that we're kind of all talking about being that awkward, being that nerd. Being a guild leader comes with a lot of responsibility. Now, I'm not saying it'll get you a job somewhere.
No. You're making a bad assumption there. You would be crucified in a Lincoln Douglas debate. Because you're applying the word gaming to this specific genre of what we're all doing usually on Gamebreaker, which is MMO, very social gaming, which, to be fair, besides World of Warcraft, is a pretty small piece of the gaming puzzle.
Sure.
You can't pull that out across gaming. Gaming, for the large part, is an antisocial activity in most cases.
But
it's a single-player experience.
That's where I have a problem, because you can make everything antisocial. You can make World of Warcraft antisocial. You can do everything yourself besides, even now with queues and all that stuff, you can literally do everything yourself and fuck the world. It's basically, you can make it as single player of a game as you want. Because they've taken out group quests and all that. The thing is, and what my parents and my brother understands because he's played games before. He played World of Warcraft with us. He raided with us. And what the public at large doesn't understand by far is that games are our bars. It is where we go to socialize. It is where I go to socialize mostly. And I don't know what my point is. It's not but it's the exact opposite of what you would think. Like, we are humans. We are, oh my god, I'm gonna get very zen on you now. We are humans. We are social beings. That's what we are. We gather. We are social beings. That's how we survive. You would go crazy if you did everything alone.
Kegels, did you
And
watch
I
that
hate
video I
doing
posted
things
on
alone.
Facebook? It sounds like you were quoting exactly that video I posted on Facebook like less than a week ago. There's a great video that went out and talked about
We're
just
not
social
friends on
interaction.
Facebook, Mike Schaffnet.
Well, then never mind. We can be friends when we meet, but you didn't go to BlizzCon, so I haven't met you yet. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. Fuck yourself. I'm done with you today.
Chat says bars are games and games are bars.
Let's go ahead and move on and get to another caller. But before we do, I want to tell you about another sponsor that also helps us and helps contribute here to everything that we do at Gamebreaker, but is a great service nonetheless, and that is Audible.com. Now, I've got to ask out there, how many of you have did any of you guys go and see the Hunger Games this weekend? I heard it's getting good reviews, honestly. Like, the first one kind of got mediocre reviews, enough that they started the second and third for the trilogy. But I heard that Catching Fire just did great this weekend. Did either of you see it? No? Maybe?
Nope.
No, I read the books. I don't need to see the movie.
Well,
I read the first book and had no desire to watch any of it.
Well, that's not the
It's
best
so
way
much
to do it,
better.
but
No, but Burn, it is so much. Apparently, it is so much better. They addressed a lot of the issues that people had with the first book, and the first movie, and the second movie is better. I haven't seen it, so I can't comment. But
here's what I'm getting at, and this is perfect. There's obviously a debate going on there between the book and the movie. The movie's out right now, but if you guys want to experience the book, you can just go head on over to Audible, and you can actually download all 3 of the books. They're all available right now: Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Mockingjay. So, also, let's say you went into Catching Fire and like, wow, that was really good, a lot better than the first one. I don't want to wait until next year to know what happens. Mockingjay is available right now on Audible as well. All you guys got to do to sign up to get a free account is head on over to audible.com/gamebreaker, and you guys can get a free 30-day trial as well as a free audiobook, so you can pick up at least one of the Hunger Game books. But as well as, I guess, again, I know maybe Hunger Games isn't for everyone. Audible has a ton of other options for video game lovers. You know, they've got books for World of Warcraft right there in the search, as well as they have Star Wars books. That's Star Wars. They've got Star Wars books. They've got Elder Scrolls books. Video game related topics, I promise you, are available right here on Audible. So again, if you guys haven't checked it out, it's a great service that allows you to listen to audiobooks on the go. Just head on over to audible.com/gamebreaker and you can get started today. All right, let us move on and get to another caller. Caller, you're on the line with Gamebreaker After Dark. Tell us your name, tell us where you're from, and tell us your question.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Kerry from Moreno Valley. How y'all doing?
Good.
Hey.
Hey, it was good meeting you during BlizzCon, Schaffnet. Do you remember me?
You're gonna have to remind me as to where we met, but potentially.
I was one of the 4 black people at BlizzCon.
So the worst part is absolutely I remember you now.
Oh my god!
How's it going?
It's going well, man. Got the BlizzCon blight right after I got back, so I was sick for like 2 weeks. It's pretty terrible.
Everybody I know besides Gary and myself got sick.
It's because you're the infectors.
I brought it with me. I just brought you a mutated version of something I already
You're
had.
the monkey. You are the monkey in Outbreak. That's you.
You are patient 0.
Well,
so what do you got for us?
One of these days I need to have you over for ribs and barbecue, but that's another thing.
Ribs and that sounds like a great thing.
Anyway,
what's your question?
So last week you propositioned people, Schaffnet. This week you're getting propositioned.
Hey man, I'm a huge rib fan. I don't know about you guys. I love ribs.
Hey, do you know the scientific name for rib?
I don't know if
it's rib.
Oh.
Oh, excellent.
What do you got for
anyway,
us?
A question for you guys today was, what is your fondest, and I'm going to make it very clear, what is your fondest non-sexual memory playing a game with a significant other?
Why does it have to, not that it has to be non-sexual, but why did that qualifier have to be in there?
Because it's after dark.
All right, thank you for keeping these two in check. I appreciate it. Favorites video game.
I reject
moments.
your rules and will substitute my own.
My own, yeah.
Okay. So my wife is a gamer as well, but not particularly good at things like Madden or NHL or sports-related EA games. Usually, not terribly good at them, but she does enjoy playing them. So we're playing. This was back in the Dreamcast days, like an NFL 2K1 or NFL 2K2 timeline. And we're playing just the two of us. Nobody else is home, and we're making this a drinking game where now whoever gets a first down, the other person has to take a drink. And if you cross the goal line and get a touchdown, the person has to down whatever their beverage is, however much is left. And so the games aren't usually, they're not blowouts. I'm not trying to destroy my wife with alcohol poisoning. So we're playing. So she gets a first down. It's a fluke. I take a drink. It's no big deal. She's not going to get another one. She gets another first down. So I take a drink. I'm not worried. She put together a couple plays. No big deal. She throws a long pass. Touchdown. It's no big deal, though. I got to down my bottle, but it's only like half a bottle now. I've already had to take a couple drinks from it. No big deal. So she kicks off. I'm returning it, trying to down this bottle at the same time. My first pass gets picked off, and she turns it back for 6 immediately. So now I owe her another bottle, and I'm still trying to finish this one. So she kicks off to me again. I fumble it. She picks it up. I finish this one. I still owe her another one. She grabs the ball 2 plays later, is in the end zone again. I'm back 2 bottles to my wife, who has no idea how to play these games. I looked at her. I was like, "Look, I'm just gonna have to
playing the
owe
long
you.
con. Yes, she was.
I'm gonna have to owe you one.
For years,
I can't do this.
Waiting for this moment.
We did not finish the game. Did not finish the game because I had owed too many bottles that it was just I'm finishing these and I'm done. So yeah, I think I got hustled, but it is my fondest memory. Very fun night sitting there.
Kikos, you got anything? I think that's a good story, but you got anything to top that?
No.
Nothing. I don't have. See, I got something in the reverse end. I can't state my favorite time with a significant other because I just end up in fights. My girlfriend right now will not play League of Legends because I made a very rude pass.
I was there for that!
And just simply said, I was just like, it's not my fault if I lose my lane because I'm playing with someone who's bad. Big mistake! Should have never said it. And now she won't play League of Legends anymore with me. So I've learned over the course of time, I can't play video games with significant others, especially if they're competitive, because it causes problems, so I avoid that at all.
Wow.
What? No, I have. Okay. Let's.
You are kidding me!
It was not meant to be malicious. It was not. We were all just kind of joking, and I made just a bro joke about my girlfriend.
Yeah,
and that
to
was
your
a mistake.
To your girlfriend. You made a joke to your girlfriend who's not a bro. She's your fucking girlfriend, dude.
Wow, why didn't you just get her drunk and when she passes out, strip her on the PS4 cam?
Oh my god.
Good lord, man, that's awful. Why would you do that? Not, hey guys, that we might lose. I'm teaching my girl how to play, showing her a couple of things. You were like, hey guys, we might lose. I'm here with.
Fuck this fiddlesticks! Who's fucking playing this fiddle? Oh shit, it's my girlfriend. Oh.
No, I wasn't that bad. I wasn't as bad as you guys are making it out, but I've learned. The other thing is
Pretty close.
I don't want to say anything, but we're probably gonna lose because of you know who.
I can't even recover from this. It's just I fucked up. I'm sorry. Please come play League of Legends with me again at some point.
Yeah, you totally owe some recompense on that one.
Okay,
right.
let's be clear. Let's be clear. I have fond memories. Significant others. What is a significant other? It's what you want, a friend or a relative. I used to play. We used to have sleepovers all the time. Non-gay sleepovers, okay, when we were kids. Jesus, I don't even know why I had to qualify that. But we used to stay up all night and play games. And I love that stuff. You play Mario Party, you play Mario Kart. I used to love Cloud. You remember Cloud for the PlayStation?
No clue.
Cloud and Cloud. You don't remember those? It was literally a PlayStation version of Diablo. It was a dungeon crawler, and you had to level up your sword. Oh my god, I love that game. We always anyway. What else? What's the Chinese? It was based on the Chinese.
We're gonna have to stay up late and make our swords
Dynasty
strong.
Warriors. Dynasty Warriors.
I couldn't resist, Jeff. I heard you. I
was trying so hard. I had laughed and I was like, nope, I'm gonna let it go. I gotta let it go. And then
I
you brought
couldn't
it
see
right
your
back.
camera. I couldn't see your camera, but I heard, and I was like, stay up late and level your swords.
Oh my god.
Thank you for bringing it back to the juvenile show that we've had this whole time and keeping it consistent.
Dark Cloud, yes. Okay,
Yes,
now I'm
Dark
with you.
Cloud.
Now I know what you're talking about. Now that you named it right.
Well, fuck you. I didn't care about the name. It was fun. It was stupid, dungeon crawly fun. And Dynasty Warriors. I love that.
You ever play Plumber Jumping? That's a great game. Oh shit! I meant Mario Brothers.
Fuck this show.
My bad. I'm so sorry.
Fuck.
Let's go and open up the lines and keep the show moving. Caller, you're on the line with Gamebreaker After Dark. Tell us your name, tell us where you're from, and tell us your question.
Hello there, Arifa from chat. I'm from Germany. I had a boring question about Star Citizen. I don't want to derail this show from its juvenile course, which is I think I need to see a therapist tomorrow.
You might need
First
to.
XIV.
I would definitely prescribe one to everyone out there who's watched this show so far.
I mean, to anyone who hasn't seen XIV before this show, go look it up. It will traumatize you in a good way.
Yeah, XIV Reborn today was rather unique.
Yes, it was like an After Dark pre-show. But okay.
It kind of was.
So what do you got for us?
I got one question for you. So, Star Citizen. I think Gary is talking about a lot. I want to hear what you think about the whole thing. Like, it's raking in like 1 million every 2 to 3 days at the moment. There's this giant hype surrounding it. What's on the financial system he's using for his funding and his marketing?
Well, we've seen this kind of system before. It's been an explosion of crowdfunding. We've had, movies. We've had the Veronica Mars movie. We've had the web series that Freddie Wong did. We've had many games crowdfunded. So I think that as an era where we're getting a little bit more okay with these Mighty Number 9, we're just seeing all these games coming up through this. So to specifically target Star Citizen and necessarily address it as maybe doing something right or wrong, not that you're saying that, is not the right way to go. But I think that what's making this so successful, what separates Star Citizen's model from that of, say, Mighty Number 9, is that Star Citizen is being intelligent. Not only are they have like the Kickstarter for the initial goal of the game, but like they ended up releasing these stretch goals that they wanted to hit for these systems that they wanted to implement, but they were offering up additional ships. They were offering up almost like in-game items that were enticing people to purchase. It's like the same as if with skins in League of Legends. It's the perfect idea that people just want to have cool, new, shiny things, and they'll pay money for it. And you can continue down the path of
Ari
growing.
came out. Oh my god, did you see it? She looks so hot. Those pink tails. Yes, honey. Work.
So that's the thing, is I think that Star Citizen definitely capitalized on not only the trend that we're seeing with crowdsourced funded games and movies and everything else, but it went the extra mile and capitalized on the intelligence of the free-to-play market and started to sell free-to-play items, skin, digital assets to players early to continue its momentum going. And that's why we're seeing it as successful as we're seeing it. What do you guys think?
It's capitalism at its finest. You're creating... not only are they being smart in creating a product that people want, but they're also are they also getting input from the general public on the games, or are they just putting things out there and then testing the waters?
I'm not 100% sure. Burn, do you know? Can you confirm or deny that at all?
No, I can neither confirm nor deny, sir.
So I think that I believe. I mean, there's not much playable. They've got, right now they've got hangars where your ships are stored that you can go look at the moment. But there's nothing like. I don't think they're not taking feedback to a certain extent, but I do know they're taking a stance of like, look, this game is going to be hardcore. It's not gonna, refine itself to the lower of system specs. Like they're making a stance like we're making a game, and you either can play it or you can't. But if you can't, that's your problem. So I don't want to say...
chat says that obviously yes, they are looking at feedback from
I would hope so.
Yeah, but what Kiggles was asking was something a little more oomph, like certain levels of funding actually got you straight communication channels to dev teams and things like that. I would hope that they're watching their own forums and things like that. This one makes me nervous, and I don't know if anybody else feels this way. I'm super pumped about Star Citizen. It's like every time they release something, it's always a small tidbit of some part of some system. We've got bits and pieces of the game's going to do this, or have this feature, or do this aspect, or if you die, this is what happens. It's got all these little pieces that they keep advertising and giving us more and more information, and every single piece I see, I'm like, this is awesome. I really like what they're going. I really want something sci-fi. I would love a good sci-fi MMO, because Eve just isn't my thing, and I fell out of Star Wars when it went kaput. So like right after early access. So I would really like a nice sci-fi one, and Star Citizen can be it. I like everything they're doing, but I'm really nervous about this because
you're waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Yeah, it's almost like everything is so cool right now that there's got to be something that I'm just gonna go, ooh, I don't like that, and there's probably gonna be some other gamers. But if this flops, think about this: if they don't put out a compelling game, an interesting game, one that you want to play and is ultimately fun, you can have all the cool features you want, but if it's not fun, I'm not gonna play it. If they can't do that, if they can't deliver on that basic promise, there's going to be huge repercussions across the whole fundraising platform, don't you think? Like, doesn't that, if this collapses, there's going to be huge questions about the validity of some of these fundraising sources to fund gaming? Or am I the only one that thinks that?
And here's the thing. Here's the thing with me, is that when you're Mighty Number 9, you're comparing it, and that's great, but you have a known quantity in the people that are, and the person that is creating Mighty Number, because he created Mega Man. So you know what you're going to get. And people that know Mega Man and love Mega Man, they're putting their money in, but they know that they're going to get what they want. They are demanding satisfaction, and they are going to get it, Mikes. But that's the problem with crowdfunding to me, is that people feel more invested in the game, in the early development of the game, because they're giving money towards the development. And so, in American culture, I don't know, I cannot speak for others, but when you invest money, you also need to, you also have this feeling that you have to, you have more of a say, you should have more of a say of what they're doing. And you're getting more invested, and if it blows up, it's gonna blow up more on the people who are creating Star Citizen than who are creating Mega Man, because Mega Man is gonna be, or Mighty Number 9, excuse me, is a known quantity, whereas the people making Star Citizen, it's wasting money, and they're gonna be super pissed, because no one gets people more pissed than money.
Hey, I hope they get it right, because every single thing they keep putting out just makes me more and more and more excited for the game. So I hope they nail it. More power to them. It just kind of makes me nervous that I haven't seen one thing that I'm like, I don't kind of like that feature. It's like everything I want so far is in this game. So kudos. I hope it works out. I'll be playing it.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to our final question for the night. Caller, you're on the line with Gamebreaker After Dark. Tell us your name, tell us where you're from, and tell us your question.
Hello, guys. This is Eduardo from Mexico. Hello,
How's
Mike
it going?
and Giggles. Great.
Hello.
Yeah, so my question for this week is, where are your peripherals, Activision peripherals? You know, the Rock Band guitar, the Guitar Hero guitars, the Rock Band instruments, the Tony
Power
Hawk
Glove.
skateboards. Where are they now? Because I think I don't have any left. I sold them all, but I know people that have tons of them, and they are gathering dust, and they can't sell them because nobody buys them.
Well, yeah, at this point, those
So
things are those peripherals are just collecting dust in anyone's closet at this moment. Where
That whole genre is shit, by the way. Can we just talk about that? That whole, oh my god, you can be a pro skater, get the skateboard. Oh my god, you're a rock star, get the guitar, do
Nobody
the
bought the
drums.
skateboard.
Yeah,
Come
get the
on.
microphone, you can sing, girl. No, you can't, okay? If you want to do it, go out and practice it. Dumb.
So mad. So mad.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
So-
I was channeling Mike.
So I guess this would be a terrible time to mention that I still have my peripherals. They're actually right behind this backdrop here, and we still bust out that game for family game night at my house. I guess this would be a bad time to say that.
That's
No,
the
that's
only time,
fine.
though.
That's
the only
fine.
time it ever gets busted out at our house, too, though. And first off, for the record, I don't have any. I never, like, I was that bum that always went to my friend's house who had it because I never wanted to spend the money to get all the guitars and all the extra crap. It just wasn't worth it.
But
to me.
see, okay, can we? That's fine. It's family game night. That's perfect. You're doing the Partridge Family. I got it. It's awesome. Good for you, Mike Byrne. But these people who are like, yeah, dude, I'm so awesome at Rockstar. I'm so awesome at Guitar Hero. I am the best. I will kick your. No, it's not a real guitar. Get your fucking act together,
Why
okay?
what? But then under that same philosophy, why is anyone allowed? I'm the best Pharaoh Druid. No, you're not, because Pharaoh Druids don't exist. Like that could be said about anything at that point.
No, because there is no real life connection. You're not really playing the guitar. There's no real life Feral Druid, okay? No, that's a stupid analogy. You're dumb, Mike Schaffnet, okay?
I don't
You're
know if
not
you
a real guitar player.
don't
You
know if
can
you
be
defended
really good
that well
at a
enough.
Feral Druid.
All I have to say is Rocksmith is hell of amazing, but you know, hey, I'm the fucking Partridge Family. What do I know? What do I know?
You know nothing, Burn. You know nothing.
I agree.
Mike Byrne, you can follow him right down there at Magic Man 1. Be sure to do that each and every week. Catch him over on XIV Reborn. Also the producer of the XIV Waypoint, as well as, gosh, just all over the place.
And the Tweemo!
And the Tweemos. You can also catch Zach Schultz.
I'm
right here on After
Chun-Li!
Dark.
Look, I cosplay, see? I'm
Wow.
Chun-Li!
Sadly, that really kind of does look like Chun-Li. Be sure to follow him right down there at the Zach Schultz and catch him each and every week here on After Dark. You guys can follow me right down here at Mike Schaffnitz. Be sure to catch me all over the place on Gamebreaker TV, as well as the Waypoints and the Summoner Showcase that go up each and every week, Tuesday and Thursday on the LOL Nation YouTube channel. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. I leave you with some epic video game music. That's the moment we talked about video game music trending. This is what I wanted to go out with. Here we go. Thanks so much, everyone. We'll see you next week.